Catlantis is one of the few last islands left in the Cat World era. As you can see, there is only 1,000 citizens left in this island, and there is 3 major cities on the island. One is called Meow, the other one is called Meow, and the one on the top is called Meow. This dramatic documentary will talk about what will happen to the future of Catlantis and their citizens. As the king has just read the scroll has said that your island will be doomed. But as the king refuses, he doesn't believe that his island will be doomed. But his sudden of change will destroy the island and change the history of Cat forever and ever and ever. As the southern part of the island, which is near the equator, becomes hotter. And I don't get what's so great about the background music. But anyways, as the equator side, which is down south, becomes a desert, hot, sandy dune desert. God, that is a long word. As I repeat, this has become hotter and the air has become so thin that many citizens are getting sick. Some of the lower cities parts become a desert sand. Didn't I just say that a few seconds ago? Anyways, the desert beaches become mile-long stairways to the ocean. That means we have longer space for some fat pedestrians of this island. The only city that hasn't become a hot and thin-aired climate is the northern city, Meow. It has become a climate where the ocean swells up. The 2 ear peninsulas sink into the ocean, and many citizens are running for their lives. Ignore me if I fart during this documentary. As the island sinks, many of these smaller islands outside the bigger islands sink into the ocean as well, and disappear like if they were never there. The closest island to Catlantis is this little one here called Meow. It is so close that the desert sands connect a bridge to it, and it becomes a deserty island. No longer an island, it is now a peninsula. God, it is so hard to pronounce. The other island itself becomes a deserty bundle of joy, and the one island on the outside, known as Catlantis, becomes nipped of desert sands. This long, boring documentary about what will happen to Catlantis is going to probably be 10 minutes long. Some of the forest and the lower parts begin to die and rot by the hot radiation from the sun. Many Meow citizens die out already. The loss of plants, there is no food to grow, and this island could be one desert head. But there is hope. In the center of the island is the most coolest and most arable place for any cat citizen to stay at, so they don't have to worry about a thing. Smaller lakes or rivers begin to grow through the island, causing flash floods. This river here seems to be forming a smiley face into the shape of the island. That means people are going to start tossing dead bodies in the river now. or should I say cats. The one peninsula that was here is now vanished, and so is the island of Meow. Sinks like a rubber ducky in a bathtub. The only city still standing without dying cat citizens is the one up north known as Meow again. And what is up with all these cities and islands with the same names? As I repeat, this should be a good dramatic documentary. And why is drama gotta be so dramatic? Maybe it's because the American people just don't know what to say during a American documentary about the end of the world or a history program. What channel is this? You all know what it is. National Cat Graphics. In the world of cats, this island is the last giant mass continent left. The city of Meow of the east has become in the middle of a deserty area, and the other one meets the desert and the ocean, and the one on the top is still the same. Trees begin to die out and become plains of dead meat. My ex-wife is a great piece of dead meat. So many scientists and experts believe that this island is so sinking into the ocean that it's boring. As anyways, the king has finally made a choice. You should say, sail out of this island immediately before I start throwing catnip at the other cities and calling them a bunch of bullcrap. As the king sends sailors to sail out of the city immediately, stronger waves begin to come near, as if a tsunami sinks the northern part of the island. Deeper water becomes to form. The light bluish color is the shallower sea, which is rock formation that holds the island up and makes me fart. The island completely forms a canyon around it underwater and makes the island very vulnerable for volcanoes and earthquakes. So my grandma does fart. As a smaller, greater island left behind sinks as in no hope. Ha ha, loser island. I've never cared for that island anyways. How can this show be any more dramatic? As the show is almost over, the rest of the island sinks into the ocean, like it did in the movie 2012. The city of the northern part sinks completely beneath the sea. Some of the lower parts become vulnerable to desert storms. The cities become buried under sand. The last city still standing is the West Meow City. And you know what happens to the rest of the island? It sinks vulnerably into the ocean. The king and his sailors died out, they were murdered, and no one ever saw them again, and who gives a crap? Now let's go for a commercial entertainment. Thank you for watching National Cat Graphics. What a real ripoff.